Hello, everyone. Welcome to another class with verbling.com. Verbling.com is where you can connect and practice with a native speaker instantly. My name is Geoff Watson. I am Canadian. I grew up near Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, but now I am living in South America. I'm living in Chile, in Santiago, Chile, the capital city, that country. And I am an English teacher. I have 6 years of experience teaching English, but I also am a language student, just like you. I have been studying Spanish for 6 years, and I have just recently started learning Portuguese. And so hello to everyone. I think it's good morning in some places and good evening in others. And so today's lesson has a grammar focus. And Scotty, I'm just going to mute your microphone. We've got some background noise there. Thank you. This is going to be a grammar lesson, and what we're going to do is talk about the passive voice in English, which is very important and is used for many different reasons: to put the focus on what you want to talk about and to take the focus off of what you do not want to talk about. And so let's start by just getting a quick introduction from everybody and what their first impression is of the passive voice and grammar in English, etc. So, Ghassan, go ahead, please.
Hi, my name is Ghassan. I'm from Baghdad, Iraq.
Yeah, and how long have you been studying English for? I know some of this, but maybe tell us.
I have been, I started teaching myself 3 years ago, so I could tell that I have been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah, and so the passive voice, is that used in your native language?
Well, we have a different kind of, grammar, so I'm not sure. That's one of the difficulties of learning a Western language. When you have a Middle Eastern language, the grammar is completely different. But yeah, we are sure we have all the tenses, but completely different, different way.
Sorry, that's very interesting. Thank you. And Hernan, hello. How are you?
Hi. I'm
Great.
fine.
Please introduce yourself and tell us also tell us a little bit about how you have learned English.
Well, I'm from Colombia, and since I was a kid, I've always liked to study English. And so I don't know. I watch a lot of TV shows on TV, and yeah, and I try to read many documents in English.
Yeah. No, great. Excellent. And I know that there is a passive voice in Spanish, but it's not used as much. Are you used to using it in English now?
Well, I can't. Can you give me an example about that?
Yeah. So the book was written by a famous author. So in Spanish, that's something like El libro fue escrito por.
Yeah, we use that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we used it a lot more in English, so I hope that this lesson's helpful for you. Great. Oh,
thank you.
Just lost somebody. John, hello, welcome back. Please introduce yourself to this new group.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is John. I am 18 years old and I live in Colombia. Bogota, this Colombia city.
Oh, great. And how has your English learning been?
Well, I have learned English 3 years ago, but I learned English alone at home. I try
Okay.
listening and reading.
All right. No, great. Congratulations. So you started teaching yourself English 3 years ago.
Uh, okay. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Great.
okay.
Uh, and Luis, hello.
Hello, Geoff. Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm from Colombia as well. I have been studying English during the last year, but not the whole year. Maybe on vacations at the middle of the year. So
Okay. Yeah, great. And is there a technique that you have used to improve your English the most?
actually, I have tried to use everything I have in the program, with videos, with music, listen to documentals,
Uh,
television, everything I
yeah.
can.
Documentaries.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I love watching documentaries. That's maybe one of my favorite things. Yeah, excellent. Mine,
Hi.
hello. How are
Hello.
you?
Fine. How are you?
Did you go see Cirque du Soleil? Is that what you're in front of in your
Yes.
picture?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw the Cirque du Soleil in Montreal, actually.
Oh, wow. Great.
Yes.
So a truly Canadian experience,
Yes, truly Canadian experience.
or French
My
Canadian, perhaps. Yeah.
my name is Mine. I am from Turkey, and I have been learning English like maybe for 10 years.
Okay.
And but I don't have a ability to learn any foreign language. This is a proof. I try my best.
Oh, well, and I think everybody has the ability to learn a language. We're all human. I think that's true. And just experimenting with some different methods that will help you the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, great. And Scotty, hello. How are you?
Hello, fine, thank you.
Good. Please
Okay,
introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your English learning.
okay. My name is Samia from Saudi Arabia, from the East region. Uh, so, um, I have been learning English before 8 years, uh,
Okay.
but I interrupt this learning for 4 years. So I lost most of my information, and now I need to refresh.
Ah,
Yes.
that's much better, the volume. So yeah, okay. Oh, great.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you learned for a while, took a break, and now you're back to
Yes.
study. Okay. Excellent. Great.
Yes.
Great. Thank
Okay.
you. And Siad, hello, welcome back.
Thank you. Hi. My name is Ziad. I'm from Egypt. I've been learning English since I was in primary school, but here they focus on grammar a lot. So I'm good at grammar, but I'm not good in speaking and conversations and stuff like that. So
Okay.
that's it.
Well, I mean, you are good at expressing your ideas, aren't you?
Oh, you
Oh,
think
what?
so? Okay.
Well, yeah, I think so, but do you find it frustrating? You know what you want to communicate. Are you able to do that most of the time?
Yeah, somehow.
Okay, yeah, all right. And then I just wanted to say hello to Clarine.
Hi, do you hear me?
Hello, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your English history.
Well, I'm nervous, but I have been studying English since 2 years, and that's it.
Okay. And what has been most helpful for you to learn English? What kind of activity, what type of activity has been good for you to learn English?
I think listen the radio.
Okay.
And read, of course.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, good. And Rona, are you there? You may need to. Can you turn on your microphone, Rona? We can't hear you, Rona. I'm just, Claudine, I'm going to get you to turn that off. On the screen, there's a picture of a microphone.
I got it.
It's red. Okay, good. Hello. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Rana. I actually live in the United States. I just wanted to experience Verbling. It's my first day today. And it's very interesting, this website, how people get to interact. And, hopefully in the future, I may be able to teach like you as well.
Okay, no, great. And so wonderful. Let's get down to business, as we say. Now, what I'm going to do is open up my file and then use the file sharing. And then what I'd like to do for the class is to form the active, to go from the active voice to the passive voice. So, and to practice the grammar with that. We also, I would like to practice making just positive statements and negative statements and questions, because in English, the grammar for doing that is fairly complicated. So just taking the same idea and expressing it in a negative way, and then also as a question. And if I'll just scroll down to my next statement here, in active sentences with the active grammar, we focus on what the subject does or is doing. But in passive sentences, and in English we have the option of using active grammar or the passive grammar in many, many situations, we focus on what happens to the subject. So the passive subject, what is happening to it? What's being done to it? Okay? And I'm going to be talking about this class about the active subject and the passive subject and the verb tense with to be. So the complete verb tense is the entire verb tense is completed with the verb to be. And then you add on a very important part, the main verb, which is in the past participle form. And so what I'd like to do is just to put my first example up, and it's this sentence here. And so could I get some people to please type into the chat box the negative form of this idea. So we're not talking about passive yet. So how do you express the idea of the mechanic fixed the bus correctly in a negative form and also in a question form? So please go ahead and type in some answers into the chat box. So we have one, he couldn't fix it. Okay. The mechanic didn't fix the bus. Now, I think that's probably the answer that I'm looking for. So the mechanic didn't fix the bus. And how about as a question? The bus, okay, so we have Ziad. The bus was fixed by the mechanic, so he's got the passive voice down. And the question form, the bus, yeah. Do we have some other ideas? Did the mechanic fix the bus? Oh, that's a great answer. So let me just.
But I think that, excuse me.
Yes, please go ahead.
Well, we want to try to convert these ideas in passive voice. For example,
absolutely.
The bus was being fixed by the mechanic, I think.
Yes, no, absolutely. So we're going to do two things. We're going to do the positive, negative, and the question form, just to practice that quickly. And then, now that we have these three options, let's switch them, let's change them, and talk about the passive voice. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And so
Okay.
now, can I see, thank you very much for your point, can I see some of these three phrases expressed in the passive form? So, we've got some future happening. The bus will be fixed by the mechanic. What I want to try and do is to practice the simple past tense. But of course, all of these other questions are really great. The bus was fixed by the mechanic. By whom the bus was fixed, perhaps, yeah. I don't usually, personally, I don't use whom. So maybe who was the bus fixed by? Who fixed the bus? Was the bus fixed by the mechanic? Excellent. Okay, and, Luis, again, the bus wasn't fixed. Oh, no, sorry. Now, that's a good example, Luis. You have the passive subject, the bus, wasn't, which is simple past tense in negative form with the verb to be, but then you need the past participle of the verb fix. And so I'm going to, and that's fixed. It's regular. And so, great. This is the idea. So the bus was fixed. The bus was fixed by the mechanic. If you still want to add on the doer or actor, and the bus was not fixed, the bus wasn't fixed, and was the bus fixed? And so why are we using the passive voice? I would say that in this case, a good reason is that we all know that the mechanic is fixing the bus. So that's not necessary information. And all we want to know is, can we drive the bus? Was the bus fixed? So just quickly, any comments from anyone? Please go ahead. Turn on your microphone and please go ahead with a comment. Okay, I'm going to move ahead then. How about this next example? Native speakers teach all of the classes. Can I get a negative version of this and a positive, and a question version of this?
Do we have to write it or speak? Or
yeah,
say
well, no, for now, please try and write it into the chat box. You don't have to write the entire question.
In the active or in the passive form?
No, in the active, please. And then, yeah, so all of the classes aren't taught by the native speakers. Now, personally, I wouldn't say that, although that might be correct, and it's just T-A-U-G-H-T. Native speakers, now native speakers is plural, so don't teach all of the classes, right? Native speakers don't teach all of the classes. And how about a question? So if you're going into an institute and you're asking a question, and if someone would like to say an answer, do native speakers teach all of the classes? That's looking good. Let me share with you what I had. So these are the three here, and I'm just going to move that ahead so I can display them on the same screen. So native speakers teach all of the classes, native speakers do not or don't, and then native speakers do. Do native speakers teach all of the classes? Those answers sound good to me. All right, so let's move on to the next step, which is to change these four expressions, or there's really three here. I just wanted to show the contraction in the passive voice. And I guess in this situation, a good reason why we're using the passive voice is because we want to put more focus on the classes. Yeah, Ziad's sentence. All of the classes are taught by native speakers. And just to watch your spelling with taught, T-A-U-G-H-T. The pronunciation is the same. All of the classes are taught by natives. That's the stress that you want to put on. Are the classes, now, are the classes, sounds great, but we need to use the past participle of the verb to teach, which is taught. And we usually say taught by native speakers, Rose, but thank you. Any other ideas? Any other comments people would like to make? Any questions? Are the classes taught by native speakers, right? And so let me share with you what I put. All of the classes are taught by native speakers. Now I made some changes. Now, not all of the classes are taught by native speakers. Now that means maybe 80% of them are, but not all of them. None of the classes are taught by native speakers. There's another option. And then are all of the classes taught by native speakers? And so I think that those are some good examples. And so how are we doing with this? Let's move on to another example, and I'll see if I can explain a little bit more with it. Let's go on to the next idea. Simple past tense. Someone painted the room. So could I have some students please write into the chat box the negative version of this and the positive version. I'm sorry, I said that again. The negative version of this and a question version of this. Someone painted the room. Now, Ziad did something really great. He used the word no one, although that's two words, two separate words. No one painted the room. That's awesome. And I've got another one. Rona put, someone did not paint the room. That sounds great too. You're using someone. Excellent. Did someone paint the room is a question. Excellent. Okay. The room was painted by someone. Okay. Moving ahead to the passive voice there. So let me move ahead as well. These are the examples that I wanted you. Whoops. What happened? Let me scroll down. Sorry. Maybe I'll speed that up a bit. While I'm trying to adjust this, any comments? People can practice pronouncing their sentences.
I have a question.
Great.
I think most of the students know the rules. However,
Right.
in my opinion, I cannot use passive voice when I'm speaking.
Okay. And now, so, do you...
Actually, I don't know when and where I should speak passive voice when I speak.
Okay. And so, now with the first example, the mechanic was not useful information, and we wanted to focus on the bus. Now, I don't know what you would naturally say in that situation, but it makes sense. I'll just turn off the screen share for a second. It makes sense to focus on the fact that is the bus fixed or not, and there's no need to talk about the mechanic. In the second example, we wanted to put more focus on all of the classes. every class, all of them. And so that's why we changed the order of that sentence. In this example, I think, and I'll pop the screen share back on. I'll put the screen share back on. We don't really need to say someone or no one or anyone. So let's get rid of them. Let's take a look at these passive voice examples and see how they sound. So can I get some ideas on, so was the room painted by someone? So then in this context, let's get rid of someone, no one, and anyone. Yes, painted is the past participle. It's regular. So do I have some other ideas? So we have the room was painted. That's the positive. How about the negative? Now this is simple past. So what you're looking for is the, was the room painted? The room wasn't painted. Fantastic. Thank you, Ziad. And then a question. Now we might have had some good answers earlier, but did someone paint the room? I like that answer. Okay, let me move down and see where we are. The room was painted. The room was not painted. The room wasn't painted. And I think the simplest version would be, was the room painted? And now, this is where you can take a look at the two examples. You can say to yourself, which one sounds better to you depending on the situation? So, did someone paint the room, or was the room painted? And so I know that there's not necessarily a big difference in those two sentences, but in some situations, one sounds better than the other. So
I have a question.
Fantastic. Please go ahead.
Did someone painted the room? Is that passive?
Did someone paint the room? No.
No.
So that's active. So did someone paint? The person is painting the room. Yeah. And you're, yeah. So sorry. Great. The room was painted. Let me just quickly go over the idea. So you saw the previous sentences. Okay. There's one. Okay. No one painted the room. Okay. And so what we've done is we're now using the room as the subject, the passive subject. And now we don't want to talk about who painted. We want to talk about what happened to the room. And the room was not painted, or the room was painted. And so that's the idea with the passive. And so let's try this one. Present continuous tense. Let me see if you can, let me see if you have some ideas with this one. And again, it's very important that you're reading and that you're understanding, not necessarily focusing on the grammar 100%. So, Geoff, the room wasn't painted by anyone. The room was painted by no one. Huh, okay. My laptop. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, now what we're looking for is the negative form of this sentence and the positive. I keep saying that, sorry. We have the positive form of this sentence. What we're looking for is the negative form of this sentence and the question form. So I might say, I don't have my laptop. Somebody is repairing my laptop right now.
Is somebody repairing my laptop right now?
That would be a question. Is somebody repairing is somebody repairing my laptop right now? And then I like to use anybody. Is anybody repairing my laptop right now? How about the negative form?
Somebody is repairing my laptop.
And it's very common to say nobody when you're making a negative sentence. And so let me move down and show you my examples. So somebody is repairing my laptop right now. That's the positive statement, probably explaining why you don't have your laptop. Nobody is repairing my laptop right now. You might be complaining about that to a business. And when you ask at the business, is anybody repairing my laptop right now? Now, somebody, nobody, and anybody is not really important information. And so let's change the subject to my laptop and what is or isn't happening to my laptop. That's what we want to focus on. I'm going to look. No one is repairing my laptop. That is a problem. Was my laptop repaired? Yeah, fantastic. Is someone repairing my laptop? I would say nobody. Sorry. Is my laptop being prepared by anybody? And my laptop isn't being repaired. All right, now those are sounding great. And so let me show you this. My laptop is being prepared right now. My laptop is not being repaired right now.
That's what you mean.
And sorry, go ahead, please. And the final question, I can't see the screen right now. Does somebody want to make a comment? Oh, okay, sorry. Here we go. My laptop is being repaired right now. My laptop is not being repaired right now. My laptop isn't being repaired right now. Is my laptop being repaired right now? I'm getting lots of practice here. So the idea is my laptop is the new subject. Is being is the verb tense. It's present continuous with the verb to be, and we add the past participle of the main verb, which is repaired. All right. So let's move on. How about present perfect? The sales representative has finished the report. And so maybe if I can get some people to give the negative form of this and a question form. And so Ziad, could you read your answer, please? I'm doing all the talking here.
Okay, the sales representative hasn't finished the report.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, and let me ask Mine, go ahead with your sentence, please.
Has the sales representative finished the report?
Okay, excellent. That's a great question. And then, Gassan, we need to use has as the auxiliary verb. This is the present perfect tense. Yeah, has he, as how that question would begin. Has the sales representative finished the report? Fantastic. Okay. And how about some negative sentences?
The sales representative hasn't finished the report.
Excellent. Fantastic. Okay. So let me, whoops. I'm going to move this down here. Okay. Let me scroll this forward. Now, I hope you're starting to work on the passive voice versions of these. And now, in this situation, we know that the sales representative writes the report. And then, Mine, another question for you, another answer to your question is, maybe we need to give some negative information, like the sales representative has not finished the report, but we don't want to criticize the sales representative directly. So
Yeah.
we don't mention him. Okay, and so
Yeah.
the report hasn't been finished. The report has been finished. Good news. And let me keep scrolling down. Has the report been finished? Okay, and those are the ideas that I was looking for. All right, and so let me go to here. We're halfway there. Let's keep going. Hopefully by the end of these examples, you'll have a better understanding. Okay, so those are the ideas. And now, does anybody have a comment as to which one sounds better, which one sounds more natural? The sales representative has finished the report, or the report has been finished? Any comments? Yes, please go ahead, John, if you'd like. Okay, great. So, future tense.
As you've just said that if you are focusing on the subject, which is the sales representative, we must use the active voice or active form. If we are focusing on the object, we must use the passive form.
Right. And, in this situation, if you're angry with the sales representative, you want to make sure to mention that they have not finished the report. So you might say, the sales representative hasn't finished the report again, and so that's, but if the sales representative is your friend and you have to mention this to your boss, you might say, oh, well, the report hasn't been finished yet. Okay, so let's keep going here. I think that's a great situation. And so this is the next sentence. So if people can put some of their ideas into the text box. So negative form of this and a question form of this. And if somebody
to build a new bridge next year.
To build. Really, the U is silent. The city is going to build. So let me see. The city isn't going to build the new bridge, right? So this is future with be going to. Do we have some other ideas? Is the city going to build the new bridge next year? Excellent. And do we have them? Yeah. Okay. We have them. Super. Now, let's keep working. As I scroll down, start thinking about how we can, start thinking about how we can change the focus of this sentence. Maybe the city is not necessary information. So in this situation, let's eliminate city.
Reached.
Okay, and so, sorry, I wanted to take a look at the answers. So what's going to be built next year? That's a good one with your native unofficial spelling and pronunciation. The bridge is going to be built by the city. That's a great sentence. How are we doing? The new bridge is going to be built the next year. We might get rid of the and just say next year. The new bridge is going to be built. The bridge is not going to be built. Yeah, excellent. And so let me scroll down. Would somebody like to read out their answers, please? And any questions or comments? Please go ahead while I'm scrolling down. Okay. So we have, and let me open up my highlighter here just so that I can review this. The new bridge is our passive subject, and then we have is. Let me change the color on this. Is going to be is the future, and then built is the main verb, the most important verb really, in the past participle. All right, awesome. Let's keep going. We have another example, future tense with will. Somebody can practice reading that out if they'd like. How about a negative form and the question form?
They won't call about the new job.
Aha, okay, so they won't call you about the new job, and won't is that contraction of will not. They will not call you about the new job. That's bad news. How about a question?
Will they call you about the new job?
Aha, will goes first. So will they call you about the new job? Excellent. Would has a little bit of a different meaning, but that's fine as well. Okay, let me scroll down and let's have you start working on the passive form of these. And people can write their answers in the chat box, and they can practice reading out their answers. Go ahead. And so we're changing it to the focus. You. This is what we want. And what's going to happen to you, or what's not going to happen to you? So you will be called about the new job is the positive form. That's good news. How about a negative form of that? You won't be called about the new job. And yeah, go ahead, please. John, you're doing a great job practicing your pronunciation. Go ahead.
Well, I can say there's an active voice and passive voice.
Sure, great.
So,
Yeah.
the future tense in active voice will be
Great.
they will call you about the new job. And a question form is will they call you about the new job?
Excellent.
And a negative form is they won't call you about the new job.
Okay, excellent. Or they will not.
They will not.
Yeah. And let me move down. These are the passive forms that I came up with. So you will be called about the new job. You will not be called about the new job. And the question, will you be
Can
called
you use
about the new
get?
job? Yeah, in this situation, you could get a new job, but not you will not get called. It doesn't sound correct to me. It doesn't sound very good, so I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, I don't know
Can
if
you
they're...
say you will
Sorry, go
get a
ahead.
call? You will get a call.
That's fantastic, yes. You will get a call about the new job. That sounds great. Yeah, well done. Okay, we've got a few more examples.
This is active? You will get a call is active, right?
Now let me see. You will get a call. Yeah, that would be another form of grammar. and so I
Indirect, I guess.
Yeah, it's a different type of verb. It's a different type of verb in that situation. Yeah, but it's not strictly the passive form. And so let me go ahead. But those are great. Those are great questions. So let's go down to the next example. Oops. Well, let's go with this. So we have the present continuous tense with the future context. And so can we get some ideas on how you can express these ideas? I'm thinking the managers is not really useful information. And so what we want to do is we want to try and put the focus on what?
Decision.
The decision, absolutely. So the decision is being taken today. That's right. Just to let you know, I say make, but to take a decision is very common. It's 100% correct. Luis, do you want to practice your answer, Luis? And maybe another one? Okay, I'll move on. The decision is being taken. Now, just be careful, Luis, in that we need to use the past participle form of take, which is the decision is being taken. Yeah, right. Fantastic. Excellent. Thank you, Luis. All right, and how about the questions?
Passive or active question?
Yeah, okay.
Are the
This would be the passive.
Passive.
Sorry, yeah?
Are the manager and aren't they manager? The manager.
Yes. Now that would be this is the active, and now we're looking at the passive. So I've got one here. The decision is going to be made by the managers today. That sounds fantastic.
Are the decision being made?
Is the decision being taken,
right?
Actually.
And so, sorry. Please go ahead with your comments.
The question is like that. Is the decision being taken today?
Okay, because you have a new subject, and so the verb to be has to agree with the new subject. So, great job. Let me move down and show you my ideas. So the decision is being made today, is or isn't being made today, and the question, is the decision being made today? All right, excellent. You're putting the focus on what's most important in this situation, depending on the context of the conversation, but the decision is what's important. Let's say that. And we are eliminating the managers, which is not really important because let's say in this context, we know that the managers are going to make that decision. All right, here we go. Let's move on to the next example. So this is a compound sentence, or complex sentence with past continuous, and it has simple past tense in it. So what we want to do is is that correct? Yeah. What we want to do is we want to take a look at the first clause. And we don't need to change the last clause when they arrived. So how are we doing? Sorry, I'm going to go back. And I'm looking in the chat box for some ideas on how you can express this idea in a negative form and how you can express this idea as a question.
I have a question.
Sure, please go ahead.
When we'll try to if I don't know.
No, sorry, I can help you. Please go ahead.
Well, when we'll try to convert this idea of passive voice first with the simple past tense and after past continuous tense, or this?
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to change the past continuous tense, and so but first, just the sentence. The maid was cleaning the room when they arrived. So what's happening here is some people are probably arriving at a hotel and they could not go into their room because the maid was cleaning it. Okay. And so we've got some ideas here. The maid wasn't cleaning the hotel room when they arrived, so that's probably good news. Okay. And then we've got another sentence there. Was the maid cleaning the hotel room when they arrived? That might be a supervisor asking another employee. Maybe that's why the customers were angry. And so really, was the maid cleaning the hotel room when they arrived? Okay. So let's move on and show these answers. Okay. So these are the ideas that I would like you now to change to the passive voice. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the hotel room. Let's say that it's obvious that one of the cleaning staff was cleaning the room. And so let's eliminate the maid and put the focus on the hotel room. So the hotel room was being cleaned when they arrived. Excellent. The room was being cleaned when they arrived. The room wasn't being cleaned. Excellent. The hotel room was cleaned when they arrived. That might have a little different meaning. Sorry, John, I'm just picking up some sound from you. I'm just going to mute your microphone for you. The hotel room was being cleaned. The hotel room wasn't being cleaned. And how about the question form? Do we have that? Yeah. Was the hotel room being cleaned when they arrived? Excellent. Let me move this down. And I'm going to move on to show the examples. All right. Okay, great. And here we are. So what was happening to the room? It was being cleaned, it was not being cleaned, or was it being cleaned? That's the idea. And then I think I have one more example.
I have a question, please.
Yes, great. Please go ahead.
Is it been or being?
Okay. So this was past continuous, and so I'm sorry. Could you repeat your sentence? Sorry.
The hotel was being cleaned or being cleaned?
No. Okay, so I'm sorry. Yeah, you are right. And that was completely wrong. I'm sorry. So the maid was not cleaning the hotel. Okay, the hotel room was being. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sorry, and thank you for pointing that out. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Yes, this is the past continuous. So we need the continuous form in with the verb to be plus cleaned, which is the past participle of the verb to clean. Thank you. I had corrected that in an earlier version, but not in this one. Thank you. Extra points. Now let's go ahead to this final example. And this one, we have the passive voice already, but let's change the first part of this sentence. So first of all, let's look at some negative versions, some question versions, and then let's start changing it to a completely passive voice version. And are we good here? So her boss didn't tell her. Fantastic. That would be a negative version. So her boss didn't tell her that she had been given the promotion. Her boss didn't tell her. Good. How about the question? Okay. Did her boss tell her that she had been given the promotion with the past perfect in passive voice. Okay, great. And so now let me show you the answers that I have. And let's start thinking about how we can take the focus away from her boss, because perhaps that's obvious that the boss is going to tell her. And so let's take away boss and put the focus on her. And now there are a couple of changes. Oops. Did I do that? Yeah. Okay, good. And I'll check out some of the ideas. She has been told, right? Now, this is the, strictly speaking, that all sounds good. She has been told. She was told. Okay. Now we are changing the focus. So one, before she was the object, now she is the subject. So we have to change some other words, like from her. She was told. Okay. She was told that she had been given the promotion. And was she told that she had been given the promotion? And did we have the negative version? There it is. She wasn't told that she had been given the promotion. Okay, so let me move this down so we can take a look at these examples. Oops. Sorry. Let's move this down quickly. Okay. Where are we? Could someone please practice with their pronunciation on this?
You want to read?
Yeah, please. Someone could practice.
Her boss did not tell her that she had been given her permission.
Okay.
The permission, not her permission.
Yeah, promotion, right?
Yeah, her boss did not tell her that she had been given the permission. Her boss didn't.
Sorry, promotion.
Promotion, okay.
Yeah.
Her boss didn't tell her that she had been given the promotion. Did her boss tell her that she had been given the promotion? She was told that she had been given the promotion.
Wonderful. Okay. And sorry, I had skipped back to those previous ones. And so any final comments?
Yeah, I have a question, please.
Yeah, great.
Do you use this complicated structure? During speaking?
Yeah. Now, and this is why I wanted to focus on this, because we really do use it a lot in English. And so, did anybody fix the photocopier, or just was the photocopier fixed? And so I think it's used quite a bit. And I've noticed this as a Spanish student, because they don't use it as much. And so my Spanish sounds like translated English, because I'm constantly trying to use the passive voice, and they use other ways of expressing that, usually. Yeah.
But I mean, do you use the tenses like present perfect continuous and stuff like that?
No.
Or just the past present?
No, well, sorry, I'm not you mean talking about it as being active or passive?
I think.
Yeah, but with tenses like present perfect continuous and present perfect.
Okay. Yes, we do. Present perfect continuous. That's has he been working for long? Yeah, I mean, there are some tenses that are not used very often, but some of those others, yeah, we do use them.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So, yeah, no, thank you for your participation. Any final comments from anybody? Okay,
No,
so
just
great.
thank you for the class.
No, thank you so much for your participation. It means everything to have the students participate. Thank you, and I hope to talk to you soon. All the
Okay,
best.
thank you. Goodbye.